Now next up is another game that might cost you probably more than you want to pay for it. But yeah, it's not like your average kind of game, and that game is... Right, let me get the title of this right. Iron Man and Exo Man of War in heavy metal. So yeah, it's basically a crossing over of two characters. Iron Man, as you all know, from Marvel Comics. Yeah, everybody knows who Iron Man is now. Probably when this game was out though, not many people knew who Iron Man was. Because Iron Man's... Do you know what I mean? Everybody acts like they know who Iron Man was. But I reckon a lot of people probably weren't that familiar with Iron Man until, you know, Robert Downey Jr. took on the helm and, yeah, the films came out and stuff. So yeah, Iron Man now is popular culture really. But Exo, Man of War, I expect not many people know who he is. I didn't know who he was until I looked him up. And yeah, I think he's from a different kind of comic franchise. I think he's from Valiant or something like that, Valiant Comics. Might get that completely, totally wrong. So if you are a fan, if you know of this character, I do apologise. But yeah, like I say, they've crossed them over into a game, and it's kind of a... You can play as both characters, like whichever one you want to select. And it's like a side-scrolling shoot 'em up. It's not too bad of a game either, although I do believe that this didn't get very good reviews back in the day. You know, those critics, they love their job, don't they, of being a critic and giving some bad reviews. And I think it's because it's very dark. It looks like it's very dark game, and yeah, I don't mean dark in like storyline. I mean dark as in visually dark game, and they didn't really like it. Yeah, but I thought it was alright. It's not a bad game, this. So yeah, that's that anyway. Like I say, it might cost kind of like mid-range. You can get it on. You do see it come up. It's a really weird game in pricing terms on eBay, because sometimes it comes up for a nice, decent price, and then other times you'll see it priced like round about the £40–50 mark, and you're thinking nah. So it's kind of one of those games. Sometimes you see it priced right there, sometimes you see it priced way over, and so yeah, it's about biding your time and just waiting for it to come up at the right price. There you go. Now the next game is a game that I'm really glad to get hold of, because this is a game that seems to be going up in price all the time, and it's probably around the £50 mark now. Again, I underpaid for this, and that's why I'm so happy with it. Can't remember how much I did pay for it though, but I know I didn't pay nowhere near £50 for it, so because I was jumping for joy when I got it. I think was this listed wrong? No, I don't think this was listed wrong. I think it was. I just got lucky on it. But yeah, it came off eBay, and yeah, that's it. I think I just got lucky on it. That's all. And that is Riven, the sequel to Myst. I don't know. It's called. It's the sequel to Myst because it says it on the box. Riven, the sequel to Myst. Can you see that? I don't know if you can. Will it focus? There you go, Riven, the sequel to Myst. So yeah, it's a sequel to Myst. If you don't know what Myst is, it's kind of like a point-click adventure game, very expansive exploration kind of thing. And this is, I don't know if you can tell, but this is a big box, 4-disc of this one. So yeah, what was Myst? Is Myst only 1 disc? Can't remember if it's 1 disc or 2 discs. But yeah, a much bigger game I'm expecting than its predecessor. Now, I've never played Riven. I have played a little bit of Myst, but I couldn't really tell you a lot about it. My mate used to have it on PC back in the day, and he used to love it. He used to love Myst. So yeah, I think it's one of those kind of games that splits people. Some people absolutely love it, some people hate it. But yeah, like I say, I'm happy to get this. It's the big box, and because it's the big box, obviously you get the normal kind of games cases inside, and then you get the big cardboard box. And the cardboard boxes on the big box versions are normally always shitty, always ripped. As you can see, this one's got a little bit of wear on the corners. I'm not bothered about that. But it's all in one piece, and the games on the inside, the game cases on the inside are immaculate. I would say they've probably never been played. So yeah, I'm really glad to get that. I love the big box ones, but you don't get many big box PAL versions. Like in the PAL regions, not many big box games. I think there's just this one, Panzer Dragoon Saga, Enemy Zero, because I believe that's a 4-disc. That's a 4-disc game as well. So that comes in a big box. And the big box Virtua Fighter Remix. And I think that's all the big box games you get in the PAL territory. I know somebody's going to come along now in the comments to say, no, there's actually this game that you get in the big box as well. That comes in the big box version. But yeah, I know there's not many, and this is one of them. So yeah, I'm glad to get it in a nice condition. Right then, so now we're coming to like the higher end price wise, and kind of rarity wise as well on the Sega Saturn. I say rare because it's not like you can't get them. They're about, it's just if you're willing to pay them prices for it, and not many people, unless they're like me going for a full Saturn set or something like that, ain't going to be paying these prices for them. But yeah, so this is kind of like the higher scale now. So we're going to kick it off with one that I'm really happy with. Yeah, and that is Mr. Bones. Now, I'm not sure how much it goes for in other regions. I don't think it's the cheapest game in other regions, but in the PAL territory, this game is going to cost you quite a bit, anywhere from about £70 upwards to £100, possibly even more, depending on condition. So yeah, I've seen minted copies of this go for at least a ton. So yeah, and mine's near enough mint. So I'm very happy, and I think I paid about £75 for mine. So you can make your minds up yourself on whether you think that's a good bargain or not. I always say it's a good bargain if you the buyer are happy paying that price, then yeah, it's a good price, isn't it? So I'm happy with that, because it's like the lower end. I would have rather paid £75 for it than £100. So yeah. But now Mr. Bones is kind of a weird game. It's kind of a little bit bizarre game, because it's not really centered around one genre. It's very weird. Every level's got like a different genre to it. So you've got like a quick time level, and then you've got a platforming level, and then you've got one where you're playing a guitar, so it's kind of like a rhythm beat kind of level. Then you've got one level where you're telling jokes, like you're doing a bit of like stand-up comedy on it. It's, like I say, it's a very weird, bizarre game, and offers a lot of variety. Some people say it's a shit game, and I think that's very unfair. I think it's very, very unfair actually to call Mr. Bones a bad game, because I don't think it is. It's a Saturn exclusive as well, so it's one of those where, yeah, it's high priced, but it's not. Let's compare it to, say, Mortal Kombat Trilogy. Mortal Kombat Trilogy on the Sega Saturn PAL territory is one of the most expensive games on the PAL, in the PAL lineup. And it's Mortal Kombat Trilogy. I love Mortal Kombat Trilogy, but come on, it's on every console. You can pick it up for about a tenner. It offers nothing new. It's just Mortal Kombat. Whereas this, it's a Saturn exclusive, and it's got a lot of variety to it. Like I say, it's kind of a bizarre game. It's not magnificent. It's not going to blow your socks off, but it offers something different. And like I say, you can't really play it on. Well, you can't play it on any other system. So there you go. I think it kind of softens the blow of having to pay that much, so to speak. So yeah, it's one of the better high price games in my opinion, and that's Mr. Bones. Now this is another game that I'm really happy to get hold of, and this is, when I say high price, it can go, I'm sure I've seen it go for about £60, but then I think I've seen it go for as low as 30 as well. So I'm not really sure on the price on this one, but I always class it as an iron game, and it's not one that comes up a lot either. And that is Frankenstein Through the Eyes of a Monster. Now this is a point and click kind of full motion game, and yeah, I don't really know anything about it other than that. And I know that you play as Frankenstein's monster, but I really want to play this game, and I tell you why, and that is because, I don't know if you can see that on the cover, but look who plays Dr. Frankenstein. Starring Tim Curry. Oh my god, man. Anything he touches is gold, innit? I mean, he's class, Tim Curry is. So, I've got to watch this just to see how it plays out. I'm expecting it to be kind of cheesy, very kind of 90s. And again, if I'm not mistaken, this is a Saturn exclusive. So you're not going to be able to play this on any other console. So it's kind of one of those, makes it a little bit more niche, don't it, so to speak. So yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to getting into that one. Um, Now this one has caused me so much pain. It doesn't seem to come up for very often, and when it does, it's very highly priced. And yeah, but I'm just going to show it to you. It's Courier Crisis, which is apparently a terrible game. Obviously, I don't even know what you do on it. From what I can say, like I said, I've not played it. From what I can tell from the back, is yeah, you just deliver parcels on a bike. I think you can pull stunts and tricks on the BMX and stuff like that you ride, and that's all it is. You're a courier delivering parcels, and apparently it doesn't play well at all. It's not very good, and it's not worth the price tag that's on it. Again, I think this is a game that you could probably pick up for, I think it's on PlayStation, probably cheap as chips. So if you're gonna play it on that if you must. But I've heard it's terrible, so it's one of those games that I want to play just to see how bad it is. But what majorly pisses me off about this game is like this can go for about £100 upwards. Because like I say, it's probably one of the rarest games. It just doesn't seem to come up. You probably get like 1 or 2 copies come up, and the sky high price. But it's the sticker on the back of this game is I don't know if you can see it. But at one point, this was sold second-hand in a store for £3. Someone could have bought this for £3 second-hand. I imagine that's basically probably just after the 32-bit era or something like that, or before retro collecting became a thing. You could have picked this up for £3, and now you're going to be paying about £100 for it. And yeah, like I say, it's supposed to be a terrible game. But anyway. Oh, by the way, these games that I'm going to show you now, those 2 games and the next 2 games, all came off a seller from Galaxy Sega, the group that I mentioned before on Facebook, where it's just full of like Sega enthusiasts and stuff like that. And yeah, they sell good things. So he sold a bundle of these, and like I say, he sold me those 2 games, he sold me the next 2 games, which are high-end titles as well. These are probably 2 of the most, if not the most expensive games on the Sega Saturn in PAL territories now. But yeah, I can't remember his name. I'll probably edit it into the video just to give him a little shout out or whatever. But yeah, he did me a nice deal on them, so I bought them. And I needed them, and like I said, they was all high price, so I just got them out of the way. So next one, and I have no idea whatsoever what this game is about. Even from the back of the box, I can't make out what it is. So you're just going to get shown the game basically, and if you know what it is, you know what it is. If you don't, you don't. It's Swagman. Like I say, I don't know what it is. Never really looked into this game other than buying it. And yeah, I just know it goes for a stupid price, and I think that's why I've never really looked into it, because it was one of those games where I thought, well, it will probably be one of those games that I pick up last on the system because it's just stupid. Yeah, you're very lucky when it comes up. You've got to get it in there fast. You know, if it comes up on eBay, and yeah, you've got to get it in there fast if it comes up for cheap. Otherwise, you're just paying stupid money for it. Well over £100 for it. I don't think I've ever seen it under £100. Put it that way. And yeah, so I can't really tell you anything. I wish I could tell you more about it, but I can't. It's just one of those that caught me off guard. I didn't think I was going to get it that quick. But there you go, it's off the list, it's Swagman, and I'm looking forward to delving into it and see what it's all about actually. So yeah, Swagman. Now this is a game that is well known, very well known, and I'm sure it's probably the most expensive title on the Sega Saturn in PAL formats. If it's not the most expensive, it's one of the most expensive, and that is Deep Fear. But from what I've heard, this is a game that many class as one of those games that you can kind of justify the price. Even though, I mean, yeah. What's the price on this? I think you can pay up to about 180 odd quid on this. Probably more. Probably a lot more. I mean, I saw this at Play Expo Manchester, I think it was, and they wanted 150 for it back then. So yeah, I'm not really sure how much I got this for, because like I say, I bought them in a bundle, but I know the bundle didn't cost me anywhere near it would have done if I bought all these off eBay. So yeah, I probably didn't. I probably paid well, I know I paid high price for it, but probably not £150 mark. Do you know what I mean? Otherwise, that bundle would have cost me a lot of money for them other 3 games as well that are all high price as well. So yeah, I know that I got a good deal on it. But yeah, deep fair, a lot of people say that they like this game. It's very Resident Evil-ish. I've not played it yet, but I do know about it. And again, I think it's a Sega Saturn exclusive. And the reason why it's so high priced in Europe is because it was the last game ever released on the Sega Saturn in Europe. So yeah, 1998 I think this was released, and yeah, it was the last game ever to be released in Europe on the Sega Saturn. So I imagine the reason why it's so high priced is because not many people bought it, but it is supposed to be a good game. It's basically like Resident Evil. It's got Resident Evil vibe in it. It's got them kind of graphics, them kind of tank controls to it. But the storyline takes place undersea, if I remember correctly. It takes a lot of cues from, you know, like from films like The Abyss or something like that. Takes some of its cues from like that. I'm not sure how much or how close it'll take cues from it, but that's what I've heard. It's kind of like that kind of thing, kind of a horror survival game like that. And yeah, this is a 2-discer as well, so probably a big game as well, but really looking forward to playing this one. And yeah, again, it's one of those games that kind of caught me off guard. I didn't think I was going to get it just yet, but you know, when you spy a bit of a bundle, someone's giving you a bit of a bargain on it, you got to take it with these kind of games. So I mean, even if it's just a few quid off, you got to take it, haven't you? So yeah, deep fair, really looking forward to playing this one. Because if it's anything like Resident Evil, I'm going to love it. So yeah, oh, not the camera then. So yeah, anyway guys, that is a Saturn countdown now. That's where I started from. This is how many games I've got left now. And yeah, so look forward to another Saturn collection. I know I've been saying this every year, but I am looking to complete the collection this year. I think it's doable now. There's not many left, and a lot of the games that I've got left as well aren't high price ones, because they're the high price ones there that I've shown you. That's the top end right there. So the other ones are kind of like mid-level, and then there's like a few oddity ones that I just haven't picked up yet. And the cheapest chips, like for instance, PGA Tour 97. Cheapest chips, pick it up any day of the week, but I just haven't picked it up yet. It's just what, like games like that, some of them are. And then like I say, most of the other games then are just kind of mid-range, kind of like £40 mark. That's what I call mid-range anyway, £40, £50 mark. When you've been paying like about £100 for a game, you know, £50 is kind of like a mid-range in it. So yeah, nothing bank breaking now anyway. I've got the ones that I thought were going to be bank breaking out of the way. And yeah, they did leave a nice little dent in my bank account, but it's out of the way, it's done. Done. Don't have to buy them again, do I now? Yeah, so there you go. Until that video, I'll see you next time. Oh, and by the way, yeah, that is a green screen. If you hadn't already told, yeah. I've not put any effect in the background because I can't be asked. Or can I? Ooh. Edit. Background, edit, green screen. But yeah, people were saying last time I did something with green screen in it that you could see ripples or a ghost in or something like that. And I basically told him it's because I just slapped the green screen on the wall. And I don't think they believe me, but look, I have. It literally has been just slapped on the wall. It's creased as fuck. It was basically on the floor, it was in the way, so I pinned it up there, out of the way. That's it. So if my green screening looked bad, that's why. I weren't lying to you, it literally is. Look at it. I've not put no effort into it either. And it's lit as well by an energy saving light bulb. So yeah, if my green screen was bad, that's why. But yeah, there you go. I don't know why I need to tell you that. Anyway, I'll let you go, because this video I think is going to be quite lengthy. If you stayed this long, then I applaud you. There you go, that's to you. So thanks for sticking around watching this video. Sorry if it has turned out to be lengthy, but the next one should be a lot shorter, the next pickup video now, because that was basically a backlog. That's a backlog of game from about 6 months. 6 months worth of games there, backlogged. So there you go. Anyway, I've been Shockz16. I'll see you next time. So until then, bye bye for now.